Welcome to Applied Economics Financial Markets. My name is Mr. Nunzio, and I'll be your teacher this spring. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the class portal page, as well as give you a big picture themes of the course, where you can find homework assignments, where you can find asynchronous activities, when all of the logistical stuff is due, as well as give a kind of quick overview of your final project. This class is meant to break down what I think are some myths and misconceptions about financial markets. In fact, that's really going to be the theme of the class. In our first week, we're going to be studying financial markets, looking at technical analyses, fundamental analyses, going through an IPO, going through portfolio creation, and kind of the big idea being that you don't need to be an expert to be able to understand the stock market. That's probably goal number one. Goal two in week two, we'll be looking at the Great Recession and understanding, okay, how is kind of the financial crisis portrayed? And we'll watch The Big Short in class, and we'll go through, okay, well, what are the ways in which the Great Recession happened? What are some kind of myths and how things are portrayed, as well as what is kind of the actual on the ground stuff. Week three, we will focus on jobs. So that'll be the theme of week three, as we'll kind of consider what does it look like to actually have a job on Wall Street. We'll do some mock interviews, do some resumes, and things like that. Week four, we'll turn our attention to the movie Wall Street, the original Gordon Gekko, which for most people was the first real foray into what the trading floor looks like. Again, we'll break down what we've read about with jobs on financial markets to kind of how this is portrayed, especially kind of very quintessential 1980s financial markets. Then our final unit will look on impact investing, and we'll look at the ways in which kind of your money as an investor has value and what good you can do with the world. So that's kind of the theme of the course, and in kind of looking through this portal page, I'll give you a sense of where we're going. So here's our homepage. You'll see here you have the stock market information right there for you. You have the Albert Center Matrix. This is going to be, I think, a helpful tool for us that are GESC students thinking about kind of the global perspective along all this, as well as the class information. So some logistical information here. We meet on B2 on D2 synchronously, so that will be the first block in D2. Those that are online, you'll join my Zoom room, which is right there via the iPad. Those that are in person will be meeting in Brush 310. So it means we're asynchronous on D1s. Asynchronous work is due at 9 p.m. on the day the work is assigned. This is important. This is something that if you submit work on time, you will get a good grade in this class. I can't tell you. That's probably rule number one here in terms of grading. So all asynchronous work is due at 9 p.m. Homework is due at the beginning of the next class. The homework for this class will be this book right here, which is the Guide to Money Markets from the Standards Report, Money Investing. If you don't have this book, make sure you email me, find it. This will be all of the kind of content that you need for this class. I think I have an older edition, so I put the subheadings in there whenever there's homework. And so it may not be the exact same page numbers, but if you have any questions, reach out. This is going to be your lifeblood for understanding financial markets. And then you see here, right, if you ever do anything in Google Docs, make sure you share it with my Gmail, and then kind of extra help and whatnot spelled right there for you. So the calendar is where you can kind of see everything. So this is everything laid out for the entire term, right? So here is April, and it goes all the way through May. So every single day we already kind of have planned out. You can very quickly see if it's synchronous, it's going to be kind of this green little dot, and you'll see the time. If it's asynchronous, it's going to be blue. So what you'll do is you'll say here, all right, we're Friday. You'll see what the homework is due that day, the objectives, whatever resources you need if you want to print anything out. And then you'll click here, and it'll take you to the asynchronous directions. So that is kind of everything right there for you. We're in a synchronous class. Again, you'll see here, right, homework due, objectives, resource, all that for you. You can also find these asynchronous resources here. So if you go to the resources tab, you click on our first unit, you'll see all of the resources for the unit will be kind of displayed. Asynchronous lessons right here. And those are kind of asynchronous lessons that you can click through and you can find another way. Syllabus is also posted right here. So the syllabus will also be on the calendar. It's also a separate document in case you have any questions, again, laid out for you. That's all the logistical stuff. Again, asynchronous work is due at 9 p.m. on the day the work is assigned. Homework is due before the beginning of the next class. There are no assessments in this class. There are no quizzes. There are no tests. The only real major graded project you have is this term-long project, which I'll show you right here. So the term-long project is a kind of summative type of work where you will be breaking down, again, these myths and misconceptions about Wall Street to create an investment guide. You have two options. You can create a trifold brochure, or you can create kind of a webinar infomercial type of thing. And the goal from my end is that this is hopefully something that will last with you well beyond your time as Luna. This is an investment guide using some of the stuff you find in here, using the stuff we do in class to help shape your investment future. So that's kind of the goal here. And I'll be evaluating both on creativity and on execution. So you see the rubric is done out, right? Creativity is one characteristic. The other big major thing that we're going to do in this class, right? So you have the portfolio is the stock market game. So you will see here, this is our spring stock market game. You have $1 million to invest. You can invest it however you want. My only requirement is that you must keep 90% of your portfolio invested, and you need to invest in 5 different things. We're going to be using this throughout the course of the term to understand how financial markets move, kind of what are the big picture takeaways from index investing, ETF investing, and the takeaways you have from playing this game will hopefully help you inform your final portfolio. So this game you will join, and there'll be some classes where we'll just go forth and do, spend 15 minutes trading. I'll ask you, how are your stocks doing? What are the big market movers? And hopefully you'll through playing this game have an understanding. And my goal too is to break down the barrier. Hopefully if you do really well, maybe ask your parents, hey, can I invest a little bit of money on my own through a company like Robinhood or something like that? So those are the kind of big picture themes of class. That's how you use the portal page, as well as kind of when stuff is due. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email, and I will see you Monday morning.